For a vertical ergonomic wireless mouse, the Jellycomb MV45 is almost perfect. Here's the rundown. So let's address the shape of this thing right off the bat. I see an oven mitt, which is great because that means this mouse is multifunctional. Because you can go right from working on your computer, taking out a batch of freshly baked cookies. Particularly recommend large computer mice for travel or on-the-go usage, but this particular mouse is, given its shape, is great for a contactless door opening. Okay, if you want to see more uses for the ergonomic mouse here, then make sure you're subscribed and click the bell. Okay, sure, it looks funky, but when you have this thing gripped, it's actually really comfortable. It's supportive, and it's robust. It's nice. Just so you guys have a reference, my hand is 7.5 inches long and 4¼ inches wide. I'm gonna post up a clipping here that I got from Razer.com. It's a hand sizing chart. You can use that as well to help yourself. My hand falls at the higher end of a medium, according to this chart. So the material of this mouse is a thin matte rubber, and after prolonged use, it can get a bit warm. I don't have AC in my house. I could see this being a bit of an issue in the middle of summer. Now the mouse itself, for its size, does feel pretty light. It weighs in at 5.4 ounces. Okay, so the mouse feels good in the hand, and you can decide if you like the design of it or not. Let's talk about the functionality. I have a lot of good things to say and only one bad thing. Let's start with the good. You can connect up to 2 devices simultaneously because it comes with a USB receiver and it is also Bluetooth capable. So that's nice. Jellycomb seems to be really good at providing the customer with lots of options for connectivity. They had 3 different options in the previous mouse that I tried. Okay, to switch between the 2 options, you just need to push the button located at the bottom of the mouse. Of course, you'll need to pair it with a device first, or you can simply just pop in the USB receiver and you're off to the races. Okay, so the mouse is compatible with Windows, Android, and Mac. Now beware, on the website it does say that the forward and back buttons located by the thumb here will not work with Mac. However, I did test it out on my M1 MacBook Pro, and they didn't work in Safari, but they did work in Google Chrome. So surprise win. So powering this mouse does take 1 AA battery, and I can't tell you how long it's gonna last because it doesn't say anywhere on their website. If you do know how long this mouse lasts, please feel free to share that information down in the comments. But in my experience, mice that do take a single AA battery will last up to a year, if not more, so that's good. And I'm fine with the battery charging, honestly. It's just one less device that you need to worry about charging up every so often. And you know, I did review their other mouse, the MV09, and I was not happy with the charging option that they provided on that mouse. Okay, that's actually the reason I sent that mouse back, mostly. So if you want to see that review, I'll be sure to post a link down in the description, and I'll post a card at the end of the video or something like that. The thing I do really like about this Jellycomb mouse and the last Jellycomb mouse that I reviewed is the silent clicking. Okay, it's kind of like a little tiny thud, then a click, and is really addicting. So it is just the left click and the right click that are silent buttons. The mouse itself and the thumb buttons are not silent clicking, so you get a bit of variety. Okay, so now for the bad. It's not terrible, but it is a bit of an issue, and it has to do with the accuracy. All right, there are 3 DPI settings, and that basically allows you to change the speed of the cursor going across the screen. But that still doesn't make up for the fact that I have a hard time reaching the bottom of the screen. Okay, now this only applies to my big 32-inch monitor. What's happening is when I move down, the bottom, the tail of the mouse right here is bumping up against my palm, which happens to be planted into the desktop itself, and that's preventing me from being able to reach the bottom of the screen with the mouse. I end up having to move my whole shoulder back in order to use it. I'm not sure if that's the intent of these vertical ergonomic mice, but it does feel like a lot more work and it could cause strain on the shoulder. So it did take a little bit of getting used to, and it's not quite as hard now, but it's still not as easy as my other mouse. It's not a vertical mouse, it's just a Logitech Triathlon mouse, okay? But I will say, when I was using this mouse just on my laptop itself, the 13-inch, I had no problem accessing any part of the screen, it was just fine. That is my only gripe with this mouse. I think Jellycomb has done a fantastic job with this mouse, and at $30, it brings a lot of value to the table, okay? It's very affordable. It's hard to get mice much cheaper than that are Bluetooth and wireless. So I think they did a really good job here. I mean, sure, it doesn't have an infinite scroll wheel or what have you, but it's a value mouse, okay? It's a budget mouse, and they've packed in a lot for the price here, and it's comfortable and it works well as I've been testing it over the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I do recommend you give this thing a try if you're looking for a vertical ergonomic mouse, especially because, you know, the Logitech version of this kind of mouse is like $130. So, you know, that's $100 more than this mouse, right? I mean, the goal is just to get better ergonomics in your wrist, and that's what this mouse does. So that's it for this rundown. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Jellycomb MV045 mouse. If you did like the review, please hit the like button down below. If I missed anything or you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment as well. And make sure you're subscribed so you can catch a future videos. I actually have the Jellycomb ergonomic keyboard right here, and I'm gonna do a review on that. That should be coming out next week, okay? So make sure you're subscribed, click the bell so you get notified when this video comes out. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good one.